Hey there, Tracy Noriega paying it forward to you on this Mindful Monday. Hello, hello. I am going to do this on the value I got with Evan Carmichael. And if you don't know about him, really briefly, he is a YouTuber. I can't say I know tons about him. I'm not one of like the faithful followers, but I do know, like, and trust him very much enough so to go ahead and yes, buy a ticket to his first ever tour, and saw him here in Phoenix. I really do love his passion for wanting to help people. It is entrepreneurs he looks to help as being one, and in those beginning stages when it is the most difficult, and those are the people he wants to serve the most. But everything that he teaches to is so chock full of mindfulness that I was like, I need to share what he has, because it speaks to everyone, and it doesn't have to be just you deciding you want to start a business. It's you deciding you just want to start living your life. It's deciding that you want to just maybe do one of those projects you've been meaning to do. Learn a language or an instrument or a new hobby that you've wanted to take, some cooking classes, whatever it is, right? Start a blog, write a book. The possibilities are endless of the things that it is that you want to do, that your heart's desire. And it's all about how we talk ourselves out of it, how we play small and discount our dreams, our desires, and the ideas that come to us. And one of the things that really struck me a lot of times was he really emphasized about the taking action. So here I am taking action on the action he gave us to just, when you get an idea, just do it. And he kept like kind of going from up above. Here comes an idea. It's your responsibility to like act on it, do something with it. And it's not to say that it's going to be the breakthrough for you. It's not to say that it's actually going to work out any way that you thought. And but that one, you have a responsibility if you got an idea to act on it. And the second thing is to release that expectation, release the he talked about a lot about us, and we're all guilty of it, myself totally included, of doing things for results. We're so results driven. I want to do this in order to get that, and it's really about the journey and about the self-discovery and about just working those muscles that have atrophied, that we haven't done when it comes to acting on our ideas and taking conscious efforts, making conscious efforts. And that was another thing too. It's celebrate the effort that you did instead of the results that you got, that pat on the back to yourself. And many people in psychology will talk about that you need to give the praise. You need to give yourself praise as well. Part of the celebrating and the praise is celebrating the suck, which I really liked, and might be offensive to some people, but it really does capture what he's saying, which is you're gonna suck. And a good point he brought up was, if you are doing it perfectly the first few times, then that means you should have been doing this like maybe years ago. if you're that awesome at it right off the bat, then that means you've been wasting time getting yourself out there and doing whatever it is that you love or that you're exploring. And that was another thing, was just to myself, when I asked him about not having any clarity, having done an idea and seeing it through, to know that I just didn't want to do that anymore. It wasn't me. I wasn't passionate about it. I just wasn't convinced about it. I just knew it wasn't what I wanted to do. I was going to make myself another job. And so in that, yes, to praise yourself for that. Hey, you learned that, and that was a valuable lesson. But it was like almost giving me the permission to say, just try things. Those ideas that come to you, just try them, And I loved the analogy, and I'll share it with you, because, I was like, well, I've tried lots of things, and there's like all these little pieces of stuff I've been trying that are just left out there. I've got, an Instagram page and a Facebook page and a Facebook business page and a closed Facebook group that nothing's really happening with, and a website that's not, you know, and it's just like, that's fine. It's going to be messy. It's going to be messy in the beginning. And, you know, for us to expect anything different is just, well, it's unreasonable of ourselves. And the analogy I liked that he said was about dating. You know, you don't date somebody on the first date with the intent that that's going to be your forever person, or you're going to marry them and have kids with them. And sometimes the first date might have kind of sucked too, but maybe there was something there that you did like about him, or that you're willing to give another chance, and so you do it. So you just do it till till it doesn't feel good anymore. And sometimes, you have to do it a couple times to figure out if you really liked it or not. It's just like trying food too, right? So that was great to hear too. So, there's going to be, who knows what's going to be happening here in this space, everyone. But just like you said, celebrating the suck, and then asking people to tell you, hey, how bad do I suck? So I'm going to go ahead and say that to y'all right now, of just, because that's how we grow too. That's how we get better, is asking, well, how do I suck? So, and let me know. So I will invite you to go ahead and comment below if there's something you think I could do better, or, if there is something to praise, please. That's always nice too. But, so that was another takeaway that was really, really valuable. And so with that is, seeing it through, and not we make so many excuses for ourselves, and we accept them. And he was just talking about not doing that, just calling yourself on that. And he called everybody on one of the biggest things that almost all of us are guilty of at one point or another. And if you're not, hey, you know what, you're that much of a better person. But is the snooze button. And this was the analogy he made. Once you set the snooze, if you decided you were going to get up at, say, 7 o'clock, and you said, I'm getting up at 7 o'clock, I'm doing this X, Y, Z before I go out, that if the first thing you do in the morning is to hit that snooze button, you've already basically said that you're not going to hit your goals. You've made a conscious decision that I'm not going to do that, of which I said the night before, and all the intentions that I set. And when he said it like that, I was like, oh, snap. I mean, Mel Robbins has been talking about the snooze button, and I've been getting really good at, getting out of bed. But I have to admit, my sweetie hits the button a lot of times, and then asks me to, spoon and whatnot. And it's kind of hard to pass that up, especially when it's a cold morning. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get better about that. And it totally resonated. It made sense. If you're going to do that, you are definitely just automatically saying that I'm not going to hit my goals today. So big one there. Gonna do that. So those were some of the things. Maybe I'll make another video, because it's already 8 minutes, and always trying to keep these things under 10, because I know people have attention span of a gnat, including myself at times. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here, and maybe I'll just make another one, okay, on the other stuff I learned. And thank you so much for watching if you're here this long, and I invite you to make a comment, have a like, subscribe, and hope to see you again. All right, have a lovely Mindful Monday, and make it a mindful week for that too. Sending you lots of love, joy, happiness, prosperity, and abundance. Cheers.